Mr. Glitcher, lives will be nine forever. Good morning, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, David. Yes, not inch. It's November 15, so really half of this November 2025, and it's a Saturday in Naples. Today it seems it's totally clear sky and atmosphere in general, and it also seems now it's early afternoon already there. 13 and 39 minutes, 69 Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. This is really soft, like this is weird. Soft is a classic adjective used for autumn and also spring period. And so it's also for your second years because the fact that this last June 1904 years, so fact that we and also fact that we passed 3-4 years with the also regarding the summer. The past summer perhaps someone followed me past summer, I think, my body. And also fact that a few weeks ago, some weeks ago, we entered in the autumn. Now in fact also for the autumn, there are 4 years with the reports, but not for the season. Obviously for the winter and the spring, is that in this case there are still 3 years, and if for the winter we are really closest, we are closer to the we are closer to the 4 years, so in this case obviously in a month practically will be less than 40 days will be winter. As perhaps someone don't remember, think about it. Sono un po' I suppose it did. I'm sure that I see the remember things for the society sometimes my purpose. Like at a view, to watch videos. It's better, no perhaps paradox for me. And really, this is doing collaboration also for the as also for the winter, spring, and summer. For the winter, so adjective cold for spring, once again adjective soft for summer, adjective hot. So as you notice in general for the seasons or the periods. Classic adjective, and as regards the greens, that is for me also. I think it's anything to that. Absolutely incomplete, but surely this is case because for 2 reasons. The first one consists in the passage from the summer to the autumn, and the second one consists in the most important consists in last definitive change in contemporary of the English happened some weeks ago. In fact now thanks to this last definitive change the eye gets completely changed, in fact, and pleasant, if not pleasant, or surely really good. With the eye I mean the same temperature in English, so the sum of all these things makes the condition situation completely pleasant. But I repeat, if not pleasant, really good, but at least for me, I don't know for some people. For a little I think of not because I feel cold. For another little I think of yes. For another little I think of yes. I don't know if it depends on them. However, in general for me it was good. And if in the last I think 10-12 days, 2 weeks, it's slightly cold obviously. We are in the half of November, we are going to December, so it's normal all this. Instead, what has got also such strange way, I say for sure as everything is just for this, it's really beautiful. But it seems like me some of things in this. Being ready afternoon, I think at temperature is repeats just before 69 Fahrenheit 21 Celsius. But importing atmosphere anticipated. Just before today we have those beautiful. Yes, and even if it's not video because it's behind the palace, in fact, they should have come out the zone, and now in fact I see 3 things for when it came out. First one is that now I sing for the same an extract from a classical Napoleon song Sole Mio, because he think it's became a bit of a band during the sun, as up some for the mini, but some think non vuoi ripetere. So, malato solo, che bello ne, oh solo mia, s'affronta a te, oh sola, oh solo mia, s'affronta a te, sì, s'affronta a me, s'affronta a te. Yes, in fact, most cutting on the show. So, maybe bit if it's visible, but the sun is shining, it's visible. It's about the sun, and this is the second thing, the fact that surely it will be not a beautiful, but indeed a sublime as a shining sense, really sense. And the other thing is the fact that as perhaps someone knows, as remember, as repeated, it's impossible a beautiful day like this to kiss it. So I kiss it. Avrei chiesto da Tilema a inserire in Pira, ci va verso pratica il trip se go last Sunday and Saturday of October, an hour before. So the fact that we are ready, we are for now, we have them, so in the sky for rather 3 hours. That's more or less in comparison, but all the manifestations are completely different schedule. Well, so Senis from now. Equal window with the new white curtain with the green flowers and long flowers mixed between the plants. And they changed it. We changed it with the price, the beautiful grey, with the beautiful painted with branches, and always on the day practically born on same day, because also the birthday of the third previous curtain was on November 1, and this is the curtain day partito November 1. To depend this thing, see my words, my comment under the video. I don't know if you can see it really good or well from this shot near me, I think of yes. The green flowers, and if you notice, long flowers mixed between the plants, or if not even better from this other shot, the practical is the shot which I showed to you, the first part, the shot which I showed you the weather atmosphere through the window. Or also another shot, a classical shot similar to the shot I filmed for the grey curtain more than 3 years ago, and it's also connected to the shot for this effect. This is both when there is the green shooter, also when there is, but more when there is, because the efficacy measure, now I see read a little pictures and say or use for the grey curtain, that is that I really use for the grey curtain, this is, but also always better vision for me, it's until the green shot, as you can see in the branches. Rest in peace. Exactly after 2 years is that, unfortunately. Si cade cresciuta e noi attivismo sono si che l'orso all'edersi le semilite special sentence ai si associano con le cortine. Repeat once again si dice, but also and always better vision for me it's entirety in this shot at this once again shot. And finally, from a mythical hero, injection 14 APG, APG, APG. تكاد تدفع القدس تكاد تدمين الدنيا شتى. Va, ritmo di pipola proprio, cioè non riporti sulle grindicatori, non solo mi bene mi si sta. Ho solo mi serve, adesso lo schietto, e infatti, io la gratta breakfast. Deti già, non so, ma aspetta, ma si dite mi informazione. Tipo l'importante è che si fare con Dragon Edge, se non è tu sei tutti e tu sei Saturday, mi fa canale breakfast. At fientene è sempre che ti restart Twitter, at fientene, parte per ti tu su due yesterday. Think the regoli si regoli, sembrano tutti i suoi saracchi. Guarda di pizza, guarda di close si cade record. Late also the matters. They are just or only obviously just 39 minutes. But, the important thing is sure si sembra si attenzione a me, also dei fortuna di so. I'm really angry. Questo sì. E che fa, sono mosse, sono flora, absolutely. As you know, since many months I think almost 1 year, I also recorded this thing like fact of reason Friday, but this should be time di bio, dove hai premesso di 80 persone di ma c'è capitesse di presi dietro di c'è stato così, questi things, from the new shots obviously staying with the joke because we are talking about most 1 year, but in some way was soon dove sfonita dalla biscuits, dalla main visual combos of the biscuits and yes, fact one of best fatto best in types of biscuits are chocolate chip cookies or the chocolate chips or the cookie quindi chips chocolate or chocolate chips infatti mi sticker also fatto biscuits of Mr. Lynch in particolare l'altro thing sono le sorelle the first one it's about the milk factory su shot sono che esiste coffee così ma tu sai che chocolate fa così non uno shot veramente videos della shot and any finance 10 11 months most 1 year since you get think is also the case should be in fact the timer and lost the content so many times you got through there was an amount as quick as to finish now there is one thing is we brought it they because they brought it once again since I think almost 88 89 90 days as so the case I lose the content should be some this time the period as many times you got through so I got inserted it once again in milk so very good news. And within this also the effect di cosa breakfast, always a bomb, questo last video in particolare, ma even if also si chiede se last video è il gioco, I talk about most maniera, of course, I'm referring to the first time so that video, tensiamo io also consider tolla Nicolas breakfast, always a melbourne, no? The second thing is about see the fact that if there are sia stata Conad Italian sì, that's means that siamo preso position. Cosa? That's the first position for me, bam. Italian sì, ma cosa? Hai trovato come motivo? Because they are really super bad. Alzio, tomorrow suppose if I'm trying, if I non tomorrow with the weapon, no, Alzio. Repeat even if it's not visible, now I see things, last things, for it to come out to it is repeat these two things, fact, sure, it will be sublime as a shine at come out, and the fact that it's possible, beautifully like kiss, it's possible to kiss, it is a shine, so kiss it once again.